Hi guys. By guys, I mean Daniel. Hi. Right now I'm with Monica Ramírez, and today we're going to talk about the major misconceptions about kids with special needs. Hi, nice to see you again.
Hi, Natalia.
I'm so thankful for you for making time for this interview. So maybe we can start with you telling us a little bit about yourself and about your background.
Okay, I am Monica Ramírez. I am from Guatemala. Um, I am a teacher and I have been working as a kindergarten teacher and also in the area of admin. And I think after the pandemic, I I knew I needed to go a little bit further in my life. So I took the chance and the challenge of coming to the United States and work with the kids with special needs. And actually, right now, I am still working with them. I work as an ISP teacher. That means a individual support program for special need kids. I work with the more severe autistic kids, and that's just a little bit of me.
Hmm. Okay, very interesting. I think something that I really wanted to know is what inspired you to go to work with special need kids specifically? Because I think it's very well known that it's not an easy job. It's not one of the easiest parts of teaching.
Yeah, thank you. I think I always wanted to be a teacher since I was little, and I just have the inspiration of a good teacher from my elementary school, and I love the way she was teaching all the time. And then I just remember that there was a program in my country where they were making a lot of things to just to have some money and build something different for these special need kids. And we were just watching the TV, and I was little, and I said, well, I wanted to work with this kind of kids, and I think finally I got the chance, and I'm just enjoying my calling. So
Mm, okay, got it. So I think the next question I have for you was, what kind of task do you do in your daily life? Like, what kind of task does a teacher that focuses on a special need do? Because is I guess is not the same as going like, oh, hello, children. Today we are going to learn ABCD. It has to be different, right? How does that look like?
yeah, the program that I am working right now stands ISP, Individual Support Program. So that means I work with a individual goals for each one of the kids. I kind of need to know first what are their needs, their weaknesses, and their strengths, so I can go from there and see what I can do with individual things for them. So I plan goals for each kid. They are not the same. So I have some good aids that are helping me with the work, and I think that's how we can meet their needs and work on goals with them.
Get it. Got it. I think I want to make like the most important question about the most important question in this interview is what are some of the biggest misconceptions about children with special needs?
I think when I was working with the general education kids, it was like the misconception of all of them need something different. I mean, with a they need like a special program when we were able to fix it ourselves as teachers, uh, because there is a lot of terms that people is using. For example, they're saying, "Oh, this is an autistic kid, and he is just like quiet. He doesn't want to socialize, and that's okay because their needs are different. They're their things are different from each other, right? So that the use of terms with the special education, it is one of the things that we face, and also I think parents are struggling with some of these things also, and they feel like rejected sometimes. And so I feel like it
Mm,
is one of the biggest ones.
okay. So it's mainly about using concepts as an umbrella to categorize all of the children that need a different kind of support.
Yeah, like this has dyslexia. This has a just
Mm,
like a, how do you say, like tags or
mm,
naming someone with one need that doesn't mean they have the
mm,
diagnostic, you know.
okay, I get it. So, how do you think these misconceptions exist in the first place?
I think the terms that people is using, because they heard it means like autistic, they don't talk.
Mm,
Oh, maybe this is an autistic kid, without knowing that all the characteristics and all the things that we we care for a diagnostic.
mhm,
So it is important to know the whole thing about
mm,
it. And that's one of the things. And sometimes they don't want to deal with these kids.
mm,
They just see the kids as weird kids.
mhm,
And what else? I think
mm. I think so. With what I get is maybe because there's a lot of misinformation, right? And people not wanting to do the work because for what I have talked with you prior to this interview, it's a very complex work because we're talking about people by themselves are complex, and when we are trying to meet all the needs of people like these children, it makes it even more layered. So I guess a lot of people don't want to do a lot of the work. So the other question I wanted to make is how these beliefs affect children and their families.
um I think, like I was telling you before, they feel rejected. So they don't, like, for example, they wanted to go to the mall. They don't feel like people are going to be nice to them because they don't have empathy, you know.
Mhm.
And they don't give, they don't expose their kids to the society,
Mm,
to the families that are probably uh, facing the same thing. And sometimes they feel that kind of rejection, and that's what.
mhm. Got it. Mm. And one question that I was very interested in asking is we always talk about, oh, we have to be more inclusive, we have to have more inclusion in classrooms, in our communities. But in your opinion, how does this inclusion look like? What steps we can take as a community, for starters, in schools to be more understanding, to make learning more accessible to these kids, to make social connection more accessible to these kids?
I think now that public schools are more aware of this kind of needs, and they have laws and they have everything like ready, but it takes a little more on how willing is also the team on each school, just to have some empathy
Mhm,
about these kids, and just to be more human. I can say that uh, because kids, knowing that they have special needs, but they still killing and just talking about something that they did, and probably they don't care. But me as a teacher, I care, and I don't like that. But I think it needs to be um, more aggressive with the information, and how to handle things, and what to do, and how to help. That kind of thing uh, needs to be more strong. in our schools, everywhere, any part of the world. I think that's what we need to do more aware of the need of all of us. And it is not just these kids, it is for all of us. It's like regular kids, regular persons. We all have different kind of needs.
Mm. Yeah. So personally, like treating everybody as someone unique. I think everybody can benefit from that. Mm.
Exactly.
I
And
think.
I think the benefit that you were saying, it is something that they need to develop,
Mm,
because it is just being kind, but what is the benefit for you? You're more human, you're more lovely to others, and you get stronger, and that's what it takes in a better world.
mm, got it. Hmm. Maybe for the last question, I wanted to say like, what? Because I think navigating this world with a diagnosis of autism or Down syndrome is not for the weak. Um, and I think all teachers can say that they learn something about their kids, even if they're the teachers themselves. They learn too in the classroom. What is something that what is something that you learn while working with these kids? What is something that you learn from the kids?
Okay, I think I made sounds as a romantic teacher, but I think that's what it takes. Just I learn a different level of loving my kids
Mhm.
in different ways, and even though they don't respond to me, I feel like they are giving me more than what I am giving them or teaching them. Doing things over and over and over and over. It is something that we need to remember, that they have that kind of need. And also, I think you are a better person, you're a better teacher when you work with these kids. And I see a lot of benefits also, because as I am searching different strategies, as I am searching different kind of um, ways of teaching one thing, like one color, I teach it with painting, I teach it with songs. So finding that kind of things is a challenge. So I'm getting some benefit from that, because I am searching in my mind. I'm trying to help them, and I'm getting so rich of experiences with one little thing. So I feel like I am a better person and teacher.
Oh, that's very cute and nice. Okay. Is there? I think my questions are over. Is there anything else you want to add?
I think it's it has been a pleasure to work with these kids every year. I think I need that challenge now in my life. I see my life teaching for the rest of my days, but I think I need this kind of challenge on teaching the special need kids. So I'm very pleased with what I do.
Well, thank you a lot. Thank you a lot for making time to answer these questions. I think this is a very important topic for all of us to know, especially if we want to get better as a society, as human beings. So I think it's a very interesting topic, and thank you a lot.
You're very welcome, and thank you for this time too.
Okay, thank you guys. Hope to see you later.